This week, a federal judge is expected to decide the fate of a law that bans Americans from using TikTok. Gary Lane has that story and more from the CBN Newsroom. Gary?
That's right, Gordon. The law is set to take effect in January. TikTok argues the ban infringes on its First Amendment rights. The Justice Department contends that as long as the social media app is owned by a Chinese company, it's a threat to national security. CBN Capitol Hill correspondent Michelle London breaks down the case.
A fierce battle between TikTok and the federal government now rests with a U.S. appeals court. TikTok's lawsuit seeks to strike down a ban that would force the app to part ways from Chinese parent company ByteDance, or be banned entirely from U.S. app stores like Google and Apple.
TikTok repeatedly has shown that it can keep American data, personal data about users, and two, there is no more powerful propaganda tool.
Virginia Senator Mark Warner talked with CBN News about the app's influence, especially among teenagers, saying that's where about 40% of those between 18 and 24 get their news and information. Before long, Warner says TikTok knows what you like before you do.
So if the Communist Party says, well, let's put something that's anti-religious, let's put something in that is against Taiwan or pro-Russia, they can build that into the algorithm. So they've done nothing to change my view.
The senator's views echo that of the Justice Department, which maintains banning TikTok is necessary because of ByteDance's Chinese ownership. The DOJ claims keeping access to the app, quote, creates a national security threat of immense depth and scale. The company argues divesting itself from ByteDance would mean reducing the company to a shell of its former self. As federal judges rush to decide on TikTok's case, President-elect Trump recently challenged the ban, voicing his support for the platform.
As you may know, the person who first educated me on this issue was President Trump during his first term. He raised the concern.
Trump's stance has changed since his first term, when he signed an executive order back in 2020 outlawing the app, which was blocked in court.
I just hope that President Trump, who was the leader on this, doesn't get convinced by some of his wealthy donors to kind of change his position.
As of October, more than a dozen states and the District of Columbia have sued TikTok, claiming that it's addictive to children. The company disagreeing on X, saying they remain deeply committed to protecting teens and will continue to update and improve their product. Warner says he's just hoping the court will decide in the best interest of the country.
I know there's a lot of creativity on TikTok, and at the end of the day, we're not saying it has to be banned, but it ought to be owned by some entity that's not controlled by the Communist Party of China.
Michelle London, CBN News, Washington.